She's an entrepreneur. She is leading in the fitness industry. She's absolutely amazing in everything that she does, and she's also going to share her story. So give it up for Coach K. Woo, woo, woo.
Hi.
Hello, girlie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing good.
That's good.
Okay, so we are here. I got some little drink for us. I know you are a fitness extraordinaire, so I know, you know, the liquor's not for you, but that's okay. We still gonna clock it and sip it. We gonna have a good time. So yeah, how was everything?
Before we start, can I have one of those?
Oh,
I saw a girlfriend earlier had it, so I want.
Oh, she
like
stepping
right
on
now.
business. Oh,
like right now.
right now.
Right now.
I got you right now. Okay, Coach. Here is your own sipping on business.
Period.
Okay.
I can go put this on.
Oh, twin.
Period. Give me one second.
I got you. All right. So now that we are twins and you are officially stepping on business,
Period.
Let's get into business. Okay, so before we get into it, I just want you to kind of just introduce yourself, like, you know, just let them know who you are. I know you're an amazing coach. I know you're an amazing businesswoman. I know you got all these different titles, but just tell them, who are you? Like, who is Coach K?
Coach K, she a jack of all trades. Okay, there's nothing I can't do. All right, so you name it, I might just be able to do it. But right now, the phase that I'm in right now, that I might be in forever, that I find my passion, is definitely fitness, for sure, 100%. I'm going to be doing a bunch more things with fitness for now, but right now, personal training, doing individual personal training, doing small group personal training, that's my vibe right now. So that's who Coach K is right now. The other stuff we'll learn about.
Okay, clocking, keeping it secret. How did you get into fitness? Like, how did you diverse into fitness? Like, how has your fitness journey been? Because I've been on a fitness journey also, and I know everybody has like different start points and different points in their journey. So can you just give them just a little of like, how did you get into fitness and how did you get into coaching? Like, how did you lead into this?
So, believe it or not, I started training, being a group fitness instructor, I should say, in college.
Oh, okay.
You know how in college you get that freshman 15? I got the freshman 20. So, by the time I was like a junior, I was fluffy, and I ain't like that. So, I just started working out. I had someone that was like giving me workout plans, and then the year after that, when I was a senior, I became a group fitness instructor. And I was in college when the pandemic hit.
Okay.
So that kind of like my whole like career that I had in mind went like literally.
Gotcha.
Everybody got locked in. I went home. I finished my last couple of semesters, and fitness just went down the drain.
Okay.
Like I continued to work out myself like at home, but I wasn't training nobody. I wasn't looking to do anything like that. And then I got pregnant.
Gotcha.
So that changed my whole life.
Okay.
I did not know how to work out. I did not know how to do anything. My first baby, I was 23. I'm like, whoa, you know? So I got a trainer. He told me a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Continued him when I dropped my son. And he taught me even more about strength training. And then that's when I fell in love with strength training. So I would say about 2021 into 2022, I fell into strength training. And I just started training with him, and then I would train myself, learn things from him, and then by like 2023, I was training like my friends with myself. I lost a lot of weight. I looked good, and I said, "Hey, let me get my certification."
Right.
And I got
so
my
you was like, "Let me kind of dive in. Let me kind of really get into it. Let me really get into the fitness world." And so you pretty much fell in love with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Because you know you don't want to be in a space where like people don't respect you because you don't have a certification. Sometimes
that is true.
That's what it is in the fitness industry.
You gotta have qualifications because you know you gotta have something to back it up. You can walk the walk and talk the talk.
Exactly.
So I get you on that.
And I want to be a great trainer. So qualifications, I got one certification. That's not gonna stop me. I'm gonna get more and more and more because I want to specialize in everything.
Right. Jack of all trades.
Literally,
My girl said it. Jack of all trades. She said it. Okay, so let's go back to your pregnancy. Let's go back to your beautiful bundle of joy. Let's talk about that a little bit. Let's open up about that because I know, but the people don't know that he's actually a beautiful child on the spectrum. So before we get into that, can you tell us a little bit about autism and children on the spectrum and kind of guide me into, you know, your journey on being pregnant, you know, your first time being a mom, it was COVID, you were fitness, you're a coach, you're all these different things. So let's get into that a little bit. So tell me, how was that? Like, how was the pregnancy first? Let's get into that. Like, how did we get here?
Pregnancy? I had a great pregnancy. I worked out until I was about 7 months.
Okay.
So if I didn't see my trainer, I was going to the gym myself.
Right.
Because before I got pregnant, I was working out all the time. So I wasn't stopping nothing.
Okay.
I stretched a lot. So physically, my pregnancy was perfect.
Okay.
I had no complications. I had no issues. Was gaining weight fine.
Okay.
I ain't getting no stretch marks to the last 2 weeks.
Oh, girl, you had a great pregnancy.
Like, I had a good pregnancy.
Yeah, like, girl, you were doing great.
Yes,
like, okay.
amazing. My pregnancy was great. And I kudos to the fact that I kept movement a priority.
Okay.
Because even if I didn't go to the gym, you know what I love when I was pregnant? Bacon, egg, and cheeses. And I was walking to the store every morning to get one. So I was
Fitness is key, guys. Fitness through all your journey is key. Keep moving.
Literally.
You know? Keep moving. Okay.
So that was my pregnancy. My labor was perfect.
Okay.
Postpartum, I was fine. You know, you get a little bit of postpartum depression, but that's also because I'm a first-time mom.
Right.
Like it's different from babysitting a kid to becoming a whole mom. Like so it's not the
completely
same.
Yeah, you're literally you have to keep the kid.
Yeah,
Like,
you can't give it back. Yeah, you can't give it back.
Like I have godchildren. I'll be like, I love them, but I give them.
Yeah,
you know. So like you have to keep them. Okay. Yeah. So how was it? When did you know, or like how was the motherhood, and then leading into him finding out he was autistic? Like how was that? Describe that process to me. How was that journey?
He was pretty all right until he was about 10 months, I would say. Like he hit all his milestones, like walking, crawling, holding his head up, all those things, sitting up, all those things he hit. He started talking around 10 months. So I'm like, all right, the talking's getting there. And then he just stopped talking. Okay. He stopped talking. And I was like,
what's going on? You had to kind of get a little bit into it.
He stopped talking and he wasn't responding to his name. So I would constantly say his name, and he wouldn't even give me a head turn. Okay. Like, and this was like almost going into a year of him being on Earth. So it's like so he should be responding to his name by now. Okay. And those two things kind of like was like red flags to me because my whole family, my whole family we have children. I have a bunch of cousins, bunch of aunts and uncles. Okay. None of them are on the spectrum. None of them are on the spectrum. Okay. So I didn't really know what I was like looking at. Okay. But I'm a Google fiend. So anytime I see anything, I search it up. Right. And I went to school, I went to college for English. So I'm a references kind of girl. So I do a deep dive. I'm not going on just any kind of website. Like it gotta be credible. Okay. So I'm reading all of these things and I'm like, that sounds like my son. That sounds like my son. Okay. That sounds like my son. And at 11 months, I said, okay, I'm gonna wait for the 1 month checkup. Okay. And when we went to the 1 month checkup, I spoke to his pediatrician and I told her, I'm a little concerned. His dad wasn't concerned, but I was concerned because I knew what I was.
So you picked up on something, and that's when you said, okay, well, let me kind of get my son kind of checked out. Yeah. Can you describe to like new time moms before we kind of more deep dive into it? Because I feel like a lot of people are kind of very unaware. They're not really knowledgeable. Like, and, you know, sometimes people are really in denial. So can you give us, because I know you also work with kids on the side. I know you do like kids on the side. Another thing my girl does. Jack of all trades. Okay. So I know you work with other kids. So I know you're very key to like pick up different signs. So can you just give us like 2, 3, or like just different signs that like, you know, new moms could pick up before we more deep dive into your journey?
Got you. No problem. Not responding to their name. Okay. Standing on their tippy toes, but not all the time because some kids who aren't on the spectrum also do that. Spinning in circles. That's them stemming. They're spinning in circles or they're constantly like replaying the same thing, tapping the same thing. Gotcha. That's stemming. Like that's literally, if they're literally by a wall and they're just doing the same thing over and over, that's stimming. They're stimming, okay? They're hyper-focusing on something. You don't even know. What else could I say? Textures. Textures is a very big thing for them. So they might not like certain textures. They might not like all foods. They might be a very, very, very picky eater or a very, very, very big eater. It's really like it's different. It's different for everyone, but I would definitely say the biggest one is not responding to their name, and then probably like delayed speech or being nonverbal altogether. Those are the big ones that
that you kind of like keyed and you kind of picked up to. Those are little.
But if your child doesn't speak or your child is still young, like I said, it's the tippy toes, the spinning, the stimming, the not responding to the name. Those are things that I saw within my son. Or if they start talking, then they stop talking, and then they don't talk no more. Like, that's also, that's what I saw, and that's what kind of made me. He also used to flap his arms. That's another thing. This, he don't do it no more, but he used to flap his arms. So when he was so excited, he'd go ahead, Stippy, and he'd flap his arms like this. I'm like, okay.
So that kind of gave you like a little insight, and you started doing a little bit more Google. Okay, can you describe your emotional process to it? Because I know we always say, okay, we Google, we're doing this, we're talking to doctors, we're doing this, and like that's like our physical side. But can you describe your emotional side? Like, how is it you as a mom? Like, I know you're in your fitness, and you know it's COVID, you just graduated, and you're doing all these beautiful good things. So can you describe the emotions? Like, how were you emotionally feeling?
Like when my son got diagnosed.
So well, when you see like when he wasn't responding, like that process from when he wasn't responding to the first month checkup to knowing that he is diagnosed, that confirmation, like, how was your emotional process during that journey?
So I would say that first it started off with, I just want to get him help. Like it wasn't even like, I just need him to get help. Like that's all it was. She said, like, I went to the doctor and I told her about it, and she made me fill out a sheet. She said, if you get 3 or more, we're going to send you to get evaluated. He got 4 off that list. And the questions were just asking questions about what he's doing. You know, what I'm observing. And he got 4 out of it. And she said, okay, I'm going to book you an appointment. I'm going to give you a referral. She gave me a referral. Me and his father, we was on it. Like, one thing about his dad trusts my intuition. Like, if I said something's off, he'd be like, all right, like, let's go get it checked.
I think that is so important, not to cut you off, because it's like, you know, sometimes you could always have one parent that's in denial and one parent that's like, no, we need to. And that could kind of create a very big bridge. So I feel like having that support, that is such like...
Exactly. Oh yeah, for real. We don't play about our code bear. No.
I love it.
But then when he got diagnosed, it was like, like for me, it was like a weight off my shoulders, because it's like, all right, he has autism. Now we can help him. Because before it was like, what's wrong with him? Like, it's like, I don't know what to do. It was a lot of frustrations, and at that time, when I got frustrated, I start to cry, I get angry. I didn't have no patience at the beginning. I had no patience. Like, I was off the wall, I was snapping, I had to walk away, I had to take a couple seconds. Dad had to take him, and I had to go. And Dad knew that. But now, it's like, I wouldn't even say now. After he started getting services and we started seeing like
a difference and stuff like that.
Yeah, stuff was things that they were teaching us and teaching him were helping. So after that, it was like, okay, like it's becoming less stressful because we're seeing him progressing and not regressing, and that's better for us because we also are getting, I would say, like a little bit of space to just relax a little bit, not be on high alert.
Understand, you could kind of like do better work with him, be more understanding.
Because it's harder when they don't speak and he's not pointing yet, so he can't tell you what he wants. He's just pushing your legs to where he wants you to go. And it's kind of hard to figure out what he wants, because even then you pick him up, you're like, what do you want? He's still not pointing. So learning how to point was like the biggest thing they could have helped teach him. And he does that with everything now. He points everything.
So you could kind of understand
what he wants.
Can you tell, like, you know, any moms out there, just anybody who's even on a spectrum, different services or different tips that they had taught you, so that maybe if they're going to the same thing, they didn't think oh, my child needs evaluation, they could be like, oh, okay, maybe I need to try this. Can you just give them like 2-3 points just to kind of like guide them in any type of way?
My first point would be, if your pediatrician is not trying to get your child evaluated, get a new pediatrician. Because at the end of the day, if you feel, your gut is going to tell you first before anything, okay? Trust that, especially if you're a mommy.
Woman intuition.
It is so true. You're going to feel it in the bottom of your stomach simmering. You're going to know if something is wrong. Okay. So that's one. The second one is if your pediatrician isn't trying to give you the resources, early intervention is the services that you could get for free. You don't have to put up your insurance or anything if your child is under 2. Right? So if your child is under 2, anybody is eligible for early intervention, and they will help you to get evaluated, to do all of these processes. You will get your own service coordinator and everything to help you. It's going to be a lot of documents and signatures, but it is worth it for your child. Okay? And the third one would be, it's something that I'm going through now. It's called OPWDD. It's like disability services from the government, provided by the government. And that one is through your insurance. But however, that one, it takes some time. I'm going through the processes now, but it covers a lot more things. Like, it'll give you financial aid for housing, for clothing for your child. You could get a disability parking ticket for your child.
Oh, wow.
You could get, it's so many different things.
That's what I'm saying. It's so much things people don't know.
Literally.
So it's like, we want to bring so much awareness so that people could kind of understand. So it's like, because little things like that, like government assistance and, little things that people are this is becoming so popular and so widespread, and like they're talking about it but not really talking about it. Like, we're not really creating a community for that people to be able to share and be able to be like, talking about sharing and community. How has the school process been, and how has, like, not even just the school process been, how has your support system been? How has that area of life been while being a mom? How would you describe that?
So I'll start with school. School life is great. This is my son's first year in 3K because he's 3. He'll be 4 in July. So this is his first year in 3K.
Go, booby, he's going to school.
Yeah, he's going to school. He's on the bus and everything. It's new this year. Last year I was dropping him to school. This year he get on that bus. But it's a big change because he went from a school where, like, it was kind of like a quick start, head start, but it was a daycare. Giving him more of that classroom kind of vibe. And he was allowed to have his services come in. So that was cool. And then now that he's in school, he has an IEP. And there's nothing wrong with the IEP. The IEPs are perfectly made for your child. Can you explain
to them the IEP for, like, people who may not know or people who may not be educated? Can you just kind of like break that down a little bit for us?
So IEP is an individual education plan, and it's individualized for the child, your child, whatever child is getting the IEP. So it could be different for each child. That IEP will tell you what kind of services you are going to receive in whatever school that your child decides to go in. So that could be speech, that could be occupational therapy, that could be other forms of movement, that could be music therapy, all types of stuff. That could be telling you how many weeks throughout the school year they get. So they could get, the full school year in a couple of weeks in the summer, or they could just get the full school year. They could get, it'll determine what kind of class size your child should be in, specialized for them. And you could always go back and, talk to the district and rechange it if your child is progressing or regressing, if they need more, if they need less. But at the end of the day, it is what is going to allow your child to still keep services in the DOE. If you do not do it, your child will not get no services in school, and then that's just a disservice to them because it is free. It is free. It is free.
I hope y'all taking notes because my girl said it's what?
Free. You pay nothing. You have to do paperwork. That's it. Don't be lazy. Do the paperwork. So don't be lazy.
All right. And how has your support system been? Because I know being a mom in general is not easy.
Yeah.
And having a child who's nonverbal, I know that's like a little bit more strawberries on the ice cream.
Yeah.
So how has your support system been? I know you said you and the dad is pretty good. You guys are on a really good team. But like your family wise, like how have they been adapting to it? Because it's it takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, we all know that. So how has that system been?
Great. I'll honestly say I come from a very big family.
Okay.
So I'm 1 out of 6.
Okay.
And all of my siblings have welcomed my son with open arms. My son is the 5th nephew.
Okay.
So it's 6 of them. So it's my family's huge. But they all come together and they love on him. That's what I would definitely say.
I love that.
My mom, she worked with adults who have disabilities.
Okay.
So she kind of like helped in certain areas, and also she raised 6 kids. So there's things that she could tell me the difference between, oh, that's because like he's on the spectrum, or that's just he's just being a kid. Like she helps me with that. My dad is just like, he's a lover. He just likes to love. So he provides the funness for my son. So like when he wants to flip and climb and stuff, my dad's down.
He's
so
there
he loves that. Yeah. My siblings, they all love him. They all, even if he don't respond to them, they love. They come in, they give him a high five, they rub his head, even if he don't acknowledge them. My dad also, he has a motorcycle club, and every year before we even knew my son was on the spectrum, every year he holds a bowling event in April for autism, and all the proceeds go to the charity. So these past couple years, my son has been able to attend, and now it's nice because my siblings are wearing shirts that say like I know somebody that, or like my nephew or and it's like the support. Oh my gosh! Not only so my family, but also his dad's family is very like his my son's father's father, his grandfather is very supportive of my son. Very supportive of my son. So when I tell you my son is loved, he don't know nothing else. He ain't never gonna know nothing else. He is loved on all sides, even when he go to school. And when I tell you, if you meet my son, you're gonna be obsessed with him. Like everyone gets obsessed with him because he's just adorable. Like,
he's a loving kid.
He's a loving kid, and he's gonna show you that he's loving because he loves to show affection.
Okay.
He gets it. Yeah, he gets it. A lot of support.
I love that. Okay, so how do you wish society would more support autism children? What is a change that you would like to make, or what is a change you would like society to see so that they could be more accepted? Because I'm not saying they're not accepted, but as we all know, we have people have a stigmatism. Like they may see like a nonverbal child, a child that may have outbursts, and they be like, oh my God, you know. So what is a change that you would like to see, or something you would like to implement that would kind of give them a little bit more of a safe space, I would like to say?
Well, I personally feel like as adults, it is just so hard to change adults' minds. So honestly, some of those just be a lost cause. There's no point to change nothing that they feel. I feel like everything needs to be poured into the children. So I do believe that in the schools they need to be talking about and discussing what autism is, because a lot more kids are being diagnosed with autism.
That is
and it sucks for children who don't have a disability to sit there and be like, why is he acting like that? You know, so my job, because I work with children, I have a child in my program who is autistic. And anytime he does his outbursts and stuff like that, I calmly go to the children who feel like, you know, why is he doing like that? Like they're all in his business. And I just say, he just learns differently. That's all. He needs a couple more minutes longer than you. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, just trying to get, you know, his brain just functions a little bit differently than yours. But he's a kid just like you. And they're like, oh, I get it.
You kind of have to like educate,
just explain it to them. But when you don't explain it to them and you leave them out in the air, that's when they call kids like that weirdos and they're not weirdos.
No.
Have your child just understand what a disability is. That's all. And everything. When I tell you, it's so easy like that. And now that the child in my program gets so much love from all the other kids, because they understand. Even if he don't respond to them, they understand. They're drawing him pictures and sending it home.
Oh,
every day. So it's like children are the change. I truthfully feel like children are the change. And because I work with kids, I literally see that they are so much nicer this time around. They are kinder. Like they are kinder. Seriously. I work with elementary school kids, so they are very kind. There's a few rotten apples. But other than that, I would definitely say
children are the change for tomorrow.
They are.
I always say, if you really invest in a child, like you can really raise the next president.
Yes.
If you really invest and take time into like pouring into children.
Agreed.
Okay, so what has been, you always work with kids, so you're very familiar with kids. But what would you say was your biggest tribulation? Is it tribulation? I messed it up again. Trials and tribulation. Again. But what was your biggest trials and tribulation having your own? Like what was something that you had to learn for yourself, having your son on the spectrum? Like what was your biggest thing that you had to overcome, would you say?
Biggest thing I had to overcome. Biggest thing I had to overcome was understanding that I am my son's biggest advocate, and if I don't speak up, he does not get what he wants or needs. I love that. I should say, that goes for everybody,
right?
School, family, friends, his father, everybody. Like if I feel like something is not going the right way, or he needs more, or you should be treating him a different way, or you could handle that better, I'm gonna speak up right then and there, because it needs to get fixed immediately. Because one thing about my son and any child on the spectrum, routine is everything. So we not changing anything up that he's not used to already, or he doesn't work well with already. We're not about to switch it up because you want to, or you think it's a good idea. It's not about you. It's about what he needs, and he needs that consistency.
True.
So that's
You cannot be a selfish parent. You cannot be. It's not about you anymore. It's about him. It's about what he needs, little things like that. Okay, so what has being a mother? Because motherhood changes everybody, regardless of whatever. What has being a mom, especially being a mom with a child in spectrum? How has your perspective of life changed? And what has he taught you that you could be able to walk through life?
Love. I would definitely say love. Like, I don't know. I feel like before I had my son, like, I was a little thug. Like, feel me? Like, I was a little thug at heart. Like, I come from a family, we don't really hug and stuff like that. Like, I'm a daddy's girl, though. Like, my dad was always hugging me and stuff. But I lived with my mom most of my life. She was not a hugger. She didn't tell you I love. She's not a I love you kind of person. Give me a kiss. Right. So I didn't really translate that into any of my relationships. Okay. And then when my son was born, all you want to do is kiss on them and hug them and everything. So even to this day, I did that this morning. He's sleeping, I'm just kissing all over his face. Even though he's asleep, I know unconsciously he's going, like subconsciously, he's going to take that in, But I feel like he taught me love, because it's nothing like, he could piss me off right now, but as soon as he give me that little cheeky smile, like,
you're like I'm back to normal. All right, come in, let me kiss you.
I can't be upset. Like, I can't be upset. Like, it doesn't matter what he does, you know? Like, he softened you. He showed me that love is unconditional, and it doesn't matter if, you get into these spaces and these phases where love hurts, and you might feel like you never want to love again. No, my son has told me that I'm always going to want to love again. I got so much love to give. That's what my son kind of taught me. And
I love
now
that.
I just spread love on everybody.
I love that. Yeah. That is so beautiful. That's huge.
My baby had cancer, so
that
says a lot.
No, so we were talking about that earlier. Cancer, they're a little emotional.
Very.
They. It's not like they're emotional. They feel how they feel,
and very hard.
When they feel it, it sits on them. They're not the type to be like, all right, I'm gonna shake it off.
Yeah, no.
No, when they feel it, they gonna feel it, and after they finish feeling it, then they move on to their next. Oh yeah. But when they feel it, they feel it.
Agreed.
Oh my goodness. So that's okay. So is he good with like hand signs, and he's good with like showing and pointing and different things like that? Is that like, what are his strengths, and how is he around other kids?
Okay, so he's great at pointing, identifying animals, identifying common household stuff, identifying colors, shapes. He's great at all of that. He's starting to count now. He might not say the actual like 1, 2, 3, but he's going like ooh, ooh, ooh. So you can hear the enunciation. Like he's making the vowels of it. I should say
he's progressing.
Yeah. Okay. He still doesn't really like tell you what he wants, but he points perfectly. He'll literally grab your hand and pull you to where he wants to take you. Or if he wants something and he doesn't want to say he wants something out the fridge, he's gonna grab your little finger, he's gonna pull you to the fridge, and he's gonna climb up and point exactly to what he wants.
So he's smart. He's real smart.
He's very bright.
He's real smart.
Boy, bright. He opened doorknobs and everything. He's a little scary. scary. He looks scary.
Oh, he a mover.
And he quiet. Yeah, yeah. He's very sneaky. He knows.
Cancer.
They're very smart.
Cancer.
Yeah.
Cancer. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
They're very smart though. Like
no, they are. A lot of people.
He knows like if it's bedtime and it's time to go to sleep, he will literally try to sneak out the room like real quietly to go in the fridge and get something. He always hungry. Always hungry. Boy, got a bottle.
You know boys.
I know, but it's something. No, but it's something about these children on the spectrum. They eat all day long.
Girl,
like
I have a brother on the spectrum, and trust me, I know.
Yeah, you understand.
I know. So my brother, I'd be like, bro, you just ate. He'd be like, well,
I'm going broke on fruit.
I hear you. So how is the balance between being Coach K and Mom K? How is that balance? How have you been taking on? Because I always tell all my friends, although you are a mom, you're still a woman. Mm-hmm. You are still a woman. You still have to cater to you. You still have to love you. You still have to do self-care for you. Mm-hmm. Like, you still matter. Mm-hmm. You know, so how has that balance between, okay, I got to get fitness. Okay, I have my clients. Okay, but I have my son. You know, I had to be this. How is the balance? How is the balance? How have you been rooting yourself? Like, how is that going?
It was a struggle at first. I'm not gonna lie,
that's okay. We gotta talk about it.
It's a struggle because it's like, do I sacrifice my time with my baby and go train clients, or do I sit at home and spend time with my baby and then feel like, oh, I'm not building my clientele? That's how it was for me for a long time until I actually started to like build like my clientele, or I actually started what I should say is I actually started to like love it more. I felt more in love with it. I should say. And now where I'm at now, it's like his dad helps me a lot.
Got you.
I try to put him on the bus. His dad takes him off the bus. Okay. I work 2 jobs, like as you see, so I'm constantly on the go. But I'll try to like go see my son. I'll try to go to my son at the end of the night, or most of the time we got weekends together, or stuff like that. But it's hard. It can be hard, you know. Right now, like his dad understands, like I'm in a period where like I have to sacrifice my time with him because we both have dreams we want to like follow, you know, and we both have parents who didn't follow their dreams. Gotcha. So we're like in spaces where we're like,
you're trying to break the generational curse at the same time.
Exactly, because we want to show our son like it's whatever you want to do in life is possible. Right. Don't let nothing stop you. And I sure wasn't gonna let my just having a baby stop me. Oh no. One thing about my son's father, he knew I'm ambitious. Right. I can't sit on my butt.
Go get her.
I was a stay-at-home mom for 6 months and then I got a job. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I don't know how y'all do it. Kudos. But me, I like making my own bag. I like connecting with people. Like I love spending time with my son. Don't get me wrong. But I need to be me too. I need to be Kayla. The balance. Like literally. And it's hard. It's honestly, I didn't find that balance until maybe 2 years after I had my son. And they literally tell you it takes about 3 years to get back to yourself after having a baby. Really? Yeah, to really feel like you again. Wow. It takes about 3 years, and I swear it do. I swear it do, because one day you're just going to wake up, you're going to be like, dang, like, I feel like Kayla again. Yeah, like,
you kind of just literally all your energy back. Like,
you start doing things that you love. You start pouring into yourself. Like, one thing that I love is fitness. That's how I pour into myself. So I made it a point to at least go to the gym 3 times a week. Okay. A point.
So just to get that you time and just to get that just like, and I think that's so important too, because like you have to understand, like when you're so consumed into like, okay, mommyhood or fitness or this or that, like you just get so hyper fixated that sometimes you forget, like, hold on now.
Who am I?
Who am I? Yeah. Like, where am I again? Let me find, like, who am I? Let me bring back. So let's get a little spicy. Are you prohibited to having another child, or are you willing to have another child? Because I know some moms, you know, once they have one, they're kind of scared, like, oh my God, what if my second one? Like, you know, that kind of hinders them a little bit, which I don't understand why. I think all children are blessings from God. I feel like whether they're born autistic, disabled, you know, everybody has walks of life, you know what I mean? So is that prohibiting you, or are you just like, you know, I'm blessed for what God gives? Honestly.
I feel like at a point, I was there at one point. I was there at one point where I was like, I don't know, like, it's hard right now. Like, it's hard. I don't know if I can do 2. Right. But now I'm at the point where I want my son to have a sibling. Like, I want my son to have a sibling. And I'm already planning it out. So I already told myself how I need to prepare my body and everything. But yeah, I come from a big family. I was not going to let my son just be the only one. Nah, no.
Right.
He need a gang. Like, he need a gang. And I truthfully just feel like I had a wonderful childhood because I had so many siblings.
Gotcha. And it makes a difference.
Yeah, it makes a difference from being the only child.
It does.
I don't want him growing up spoiled. I want him to be very humble. It's just things that, like, I have a lot of friends who are only child and stuff like that, and I've experienced it. And I see how they live, and it's great and all, but there's things about them that's like didn't build their character because they didn't have siblings to really build that tough skin. You know
to kind of make fun of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
I get what you're saying. A couple of times my big brother hurt my feelings, but it made me tough.
It made you who you are today. And I'm not gonna lie, the older you get, your siblings become your best friend.
And I agree, yes.
My cousins, it's me and my older brother, but me and my cousins, my brother, we all grew up so close. Like, we all go out for drinks. Like, we all have, like, they literally go from like your worst enemy, like, yo, I'm gonna push you in your face.
So your best friend.
So, like, really your best
we going
friends.
out to the club.
Yeah, like, y'all turning up everything together.
Yes,
so,
it's crazy.
Okay,
it's
so
crazy.
you're willing, like, whatever.
Yeah, I'm willing. I'm willing. My only, like, thing that is a red flag for me if I don't get it is like I need to be married. Like, I'm not. It's just too much. Like, it's too much to be co-parenting in this society. No, I need a ring on my finger if somebody trying to bust another baby out of this. Absolutely not. I ain't sacrificing 9 more months to be by myself. No, absolutely not. No. So that's my non-negotiable. I'll have another baby, but I gotta be married.
Listen, I'm not mad at you, girl.
We'll see.
I am not.
We'll see. I got about 9-10 years until I will not have no children after that age. So,
people like to chew you up when you say, a certain age you don't have kids, but I believe in that. I don't care what anybody got to say. I personally believe in that. To each his to own, though. To each his to own. Everybody has their own timing. When it's your time, it's your time. Like, but respect everybody for their opinions.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like that's another big thing. I feel like people need to be more aware about, especially when it comes to autism too. Like, respect everybody. Like the judgment. Like we're not doing that. We are not doing that.
And to piggyback off of that, if you are receiving a lot of judgments and stuff like that from critiques from family and friends, there are so many Facebook community group chats.
I was just about to get into that. Are you in any communities?
What?
Are you in any groups?
Girl.
Are you in anyone that you could kind of like, she said girl. Can you broadcast to them? Because I know there's a lot of new time moms. And as I said, it's a lot of moms who's watching this who they're still in that sad phase. And, some could be going through postpartum. Some are trying to adapt. Some are trying to like, just need like a light. You know, sometimes everybody just need a light at the end of the tunnel. So can you just give them any just Facebook groups? And can you also give some advice of how you became like just some encouragement? Yes, guys.
Off the top of my head, I don't know exactly their names, but I would just say that what I did, I went on Facebook. Yeah, I'm a grandma, I don't care. I went on Facebook because they got wonderful groups, and I just typed in autism families, autism parents, autism moms and it didn't matter what state. I just wanted a community, and there's gonna be so many different like groups that pop up, and just follow the one that you want. Join the one that you want, and you're gonna see like you can post things anonymously. You can post things with your name on it. You're gonna see so many different stories. You're gonna see similar things. You're gonna see so many different questions and things you might want to ask but are scared to ask. When I tell you, you do a deep dive in that, they'll give you activities to do with your child, events to take to your child, all types of stuff. I'm being so for real.
Things that we need. Things
like,
that you need. Because sometimes you need that support group.
Literally.
Because you need someone who walked through what you've been through.
Yes.
Who can tell you like, no girl, I've been through this. Let me tell you. Like, like same way you was giving that advice with IP. A lot of people probably don't even know about that. So you shedded so much light on just so much different things. And we thank you so much. Before you go, I would just like for you to just give like just 3 words to your son in the future. Like in 10 years, if he has to look back at this and he'd be like, that's my mama. Can you just give him just some encouraging words, or just 3 words to even just anybody on the spectrum? Just 3 words just to uplift them, and just any encouraging phrases, or just anything to just what you would like.
All right, so for my son, I would say we got you. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know because
Mama got you.
You know those 3 words forever. Forever. Just like how my daddy got me and your daddy got you. So that's for my son. For anybody else, I would say parents specifically with children on the spectrum, do not get in the way. Don't stand in the way of your child's greatness. You are the only thing stopping your child from being the best potential that they can be.
Now say that again. Say that again.
You are the only thing stopping your child from being the best potential that they can be. They not raising themselves. You raising them. So anything that you do, anything you pour into them is all coming from you. So you got to choose wisely. You have to choose wisely.
That is true.
And for kids, keep being great, keep shining, keep being creative, and
you rock.
Keep learning. Keep learning. Keep learning. Never stop learning. Always be eager to learn. So, yeah.
Oh my God, Coach K, you have been amazing. Please let the people know your Instagram, where they can find you. If any new moms, may have any questions, they may want to reach out, please. Or, even like little fitness clients, because, summer's coming up. I'm big in the back. So please, let them know your Instagram. Let them know where they can find you. Just so, if any questions, anything like that, please let the people know.
My Instagram is at Coach K, KAY.CRF7. You can find me on Instagram. I'm not gonna give out nothing else because that's the only thing I be on anyways. I'm not a fan of TikTok. I'm an Instagram girly. I'm sorry, y'all. But
I'm a TikTok girly. I
can't get into it.
Girl, now you gotta get on TikTok. TikTok is my cousins.
Dre told me the same thing. Dre told me the same thing. He said you gotta get on TikTok. I just can't be consistent.
I'm telling you, you put one comment and they got your back. Those is my cousins. They don't play. They don't play on TikTok. I'm telling you.
No, you're jokes.
Instagram, they be a little feisty there, but
they do.
TikTok,
they do.
Instagram, they be coming. I be like,
they be wanting to fight on Instagram. I'm not gonna lie. Like, comments be violent.
But TikTok is a cousin community. Those is my.
That's why it was such an uproar when it was gone, right?
Girl, I crashed out. I was on this floor, crashed out. I didn't play. Coach K, you have been so amazing. We love you here on Stepping on Business. We can't wait to see you in our next class.
I know. I'm coming back.
Yes, she's going to be in our next class.
I'm healthy again, so.
Yes, and on that note, thanks
for having me.